So if you recently stopped smoking cannabis or even taking gummies, right, or some type of tincture, and you are having a hard time sleeping, my love, I want you to know there is nothing wrong with you, okay? Your body is just learning how to rest again. There's a learning curve. There's a period of time that your body needs in order to learn how to rest without ingesting that substance. And also, a big part of that is the mindset that you have around it. If you believe that you can't sleep, if you think that you can't sleep without that substance, honey, you're not going to be able to sleep. Believe me, I know this from firsthand experience, okay? It felt like almost months that I didn't sleep because I would literally lay in bed all night. I may fall asleep for an hour or two, but I'm laying in bed all night looking at the ceiling, frustrated, upset, sometimes even in tears, because I'm wondering, like, why can't I get to sleep? Will I ever get to sleep again without relying on cannabis? However, I am here to tell you that you can, and I did, okay? Like, I was able to finally get to sleep, but what did I have to do? I had to change my mindset. I had to change how I thought about sleep. I had to change how I saw sleep, and I had to learn how to relax my nervous system so that my body could actually get some rest. So in this video, I'm going to share with you everything that I did in order to get to sleep without having to go back to cannabis or without having to get a prescription drug from my doctor. The first thing I had to do in order to get better sleep or sleep at all after quitting cannabis was changing my mindset. And a huge part of that was to stop telling myself that I could not sleep. I kept saying, I can't sleep. I can't sleep. And my boyfriend, we both stopped at the same time. And he would tell me, Amai, stop saying that you can't sleep. And I'm like, dude, what do you mean? I can't. But what I learned is that I kept telling myself that, which means that my body was listening to me. My cells were listening to me. My nervous system was listening to me. My everything was listening to me. So I was basically perpetuating this inability to sleep because I was thinking thoughts of I can't sleep, and then my body was giving it to me. So you literally have to start changing how you think. Instead of saying, I can't sleep, maybe it's I'm learning how to get better sleep. I'm in the process of getting better sleep. Rest comes to me easily. You have to start changing the words that you use when you are talking about your sleep patterns. It is very powerful. We create our lives. We create our reality. We create the things that we experience in a lot of ways. And once you realize that power that you have, you will begin to shift your language. So another thing I did was to, when sleep didn't come, to not catastrophize it. Because at first, when sleep didn't come, I get in bed, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep. It's like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock comes, 11 o'clock comes, 12 o'clock comes, 1 o'clock comes. Like, basically, I was not getting sleep at all. I may get like an hour here, 30 minutes there, but I kept thinking like, oh my goodness, I won't be able to work the next day. I have to get up and take Nia to school. How I'm going to do that? How I'm going to take her to camp, or how I'm going to do this, or how, like, I kept thinking about how the next day was going to be so awful because I'm having a hard time sleeping. I kept looking at my watch, looking at the clock, saying, okay, now I only have 4 hours. Now I only have 3 hours. Like, I just kept making it seem like the day was going to be awful if I could not get to sleep. I was literally making it a catastrophe. And what I realized, I had to stop doing that, because look at it like this. Even if you didn't get enough sleep, right, you could still function, right? You can still function to a certain extent, right? Yeah, you may not feel comfortable. It may not be the best, but you will survive, okay? You will live. You will be okay. You will get through the day. You may not be at your best, but you will be okay. So realizing that, hey, even though I'm not asleep right now, it's okay. It's fine. It's all good. Like, stop thinking about tomorrow, because the thing is, that's going to create that sleep anxiety. Because at first I thought I had like insomnia, but what I realized is probably more so anxiety than anything. The next thing I did was to find things that I enjoy doing. Okay. That music outside was really loud. Okay. I had to find things that I enjoy doing that, wasn't like too stimulating, but stuff I didn't get enough time to do during the day, or I wish I could do more of. So for example, when I would lay in bed and I found that sleep was not coming to me as quickly as I would like, I would just start visualizing and thinking about stuff. Like, I have goals, I have dreams, I have things that I'm working on. So I would spend that time in visualization. I would be like, oh, thank goodness I finally had some time to just think about how I want my life to look. And I have time to think about how I want my days to, how I want to move through my days. And I actually have peace and quiet because everyone around me is asleep. So I started to like look at it as like a positive instead of like this negative thing that I can't get to sleep right now. So it's like a mind trick, literally, but it's like, hey, what can I do now that will bring me joy? Now, I don't think you should get up and start, doing something super hyper stimulating because you still want to get to sleep. Believe me, I tried it. It did not work. Okay, so this isn't like quite mindset, but this is super important. Like, it's good to have a bedtime routine. It's good to have a bedtime routine, but do not draw it out, okay? Because then that just creates too much anticipation, and your body is like, is it bedtime or like what? What are we doing? So, for example, you may want to signal to your brain like, hey, it's time for rest by drinking some tea or taking a warm bath. But don't go do 50 million things to prepare yourself for bed, because one, maybe there's one night where you just don't have the bandwidth to do all of that. Maybe it's too much going on in your space. Maybe you run out of something. Maybe you're at somebody else's house. Like, you have to make the routine doable. So for example, I would do all these things to get ready for bed, and it still didn't work. I would take a bath, then I would drink tea, then I would journal, then I would do some stretching, then I may read a book. Like, I had all these things that I was doing to help lead up to sleep because I was anticipating sleep and I wanted to relax, but it was like creating more anxiety in me than anything. So yes, a bedtime routine is helpful, but do not try to draw it out all long, because I think like in a weird about way that can also create some type of anxiety because you're trying to get to the end. You're trying to get to sleep. So you're doing all these things to get to sleep. Yeah, don't do 50 million things. Just pick one or two. Pick one or two. After I was able to really shift my mindset around sleep, then I started to seek more natural supports to help my nervous system, because when you're coming off of cannabis, like, your nervous system can be just all over the place. Okay, so I wanted something that I could get from an herbalist or from a local store that could help me to that could support my nervous system and just relaxing and learning how to be calm again. So I'm going to share with you the list of herbs that I have. They're either herbs or supplements that I have tried. And believe me, I tried quite a bit. Okay. And I want to tell you, why it may be helpful. And the goal is not for you to, take all of these or do any of them, but I want to give you an alternative. A lot of times when you quit cannabis and you're like, okay, I need to get to sleep, you want to run to the doctor, you want to get a prescription drug, but then it's like you're still stuck in that system. And this channel, if you're watching, like, you're all about holistic health, you're all about holistic healing, and you don't want to put your care inside of a doctor's hands necessarily, because half the time it's all these side effects and that's not what you want. So I just want to give you other options. If you're, hey, my mindset is good, I've changed my perception, but my nervous system is frazzled, what can I do? I got you. I'm gonna show you all the stuff that I took, and believe me, I am true to this. Okay, so I got all my herbs and stuff right here. So first is magnesium glycinate. So first of all, I like this brand. I'm not doing no sponsorships or nothing, but I like this brand. If you can see it, I'm not gonna say it, but because their supplements are pretty clean, like it's not a bunch of fillers in them. So this one, it really helps calm the nervous system, and it helps quiet racing thoughts. So when you've been relying on cannabis for a really long time to relax, your body often becomes magnesium deficient. So having a great magnesium supplement can be super helpful. And I used to do these like every day. I honestly don't take magnesium every single day because I also get it in cacao, which is like one of the highest forms of food-based magnesium. But I think everyone in general should start off with a magnesium supplement. Okay, so then I did glycine. So glycine is an amino acid that tells your body, it's safe to rest. It lowers your body temperature and helps you get into a deeper, more relaxed state. And also it's good to take it like 30 minutes before sleep. So this was so powerful because one day me and my boo, like, we had got into it. And I was like, oh my goodness, I don't have cannabis. Like, how am I going to get to sleep? I'm all stressed. All this stuff is on my mind. I took 3 of these. So that's a serving. I took 3 of these. Yo, I was out, okay? I was like, oh, okay. It definitely helped me get to sleep, okay? So glycine, another supplement that could be helpful for getting you, helping you get some rest. So the next thing I tried, I love tea. I know I'm a herbal girl, okay? So even though I don't really partake in cannabis anymore, not saying that I never will in life, but definitely not smoking it. But I'm an herbal girl, okay? So this is mugwort tea. And mugwort is really good for just, helping you to relax. It's also one of my favorite herbs because it can help you have really vivid dreams. And one of the things that happens when you are taking cannabis is that you don't dream. Like, I literally didn't dream for like 6 years. It is wild. So I've been having a lot of dreams, but I notice when I take mugwort, I have really vivid dreams that I'm able to remember. And also it's just really good to help you relax. So you also get this, it's an herb. You can get it offline, local herb store, Whole Foods and like Mom Market sell these teas. What else I got? Okay. Oh, Skullcap. I don't have that herb in front of me, but Skullcap is also another great herb. It's really good for, it's a nervine, which means it directly nourishes your nervous system. Okay, so there you go. Get that nervine, boo. Okay, and if your mind is racing and you just you keep thinking, like Skullcap is really good. It's literally like, I think about it like, your skull, right? Your thoughts just keep coming. So Skullcap just like really, you could like, it goes over your head like mentally, and it just helps you to relax. So that's a really great herb. And sometimes like I would mix my Skullcap with mugwort, or I would mix it with another tea. Okay, I'm gonna share with you the other tea that I use. This one. So sometimes I will make a blend out of this mugwort and Skullcap. Girl, let me tell you. You can't be doing that all the time, okay? You gotta play around with that. But anyway, this is valerian root. So a lot of people are turned off by this in tea form because it has a really strong smell. Like, it does not smell good, okay? My daughter, when I make this, she's like, the whole place just smells like, it's just not a good thing, okay? It does not smell good. But this herb is really good. It's a classic for sleep. It supports GABA production, which is a neurotransmitter that basically tells your body to relax. And it's perfect for nights like when you just can't rest, right? When you can't get to sleep, when you feel tired, but your mind won't stop. You can literally, brew you some valerian root. I would recommend that you you maybe put some lemon in it, some honey in it, maybe let it cool off, and then maybe close your nose and throw it back, because it does have a really interesting smell that I'm still like trying to get used to. I'm like, ugh, trying to pull away from it, but it is a really great tea. I like to mix it more so though. Okay, the other one. I know this is ridiculous, y'all, but I am a herbal supplement girl. I'm like, I know that there are ways to get better sleep. I know there's a way to calm my nervous system. I am not relying on a sleeping pill, because the thing is, most of those are antidepressants, and it's like you can't come off of them. It's like you can't come off of them. You need higher dosages. You need more and more. Like, it's just, I just didn't want to go that route. So yes, I tried all the supplements, all the herbs, okay, and I'm here to share it with you. So this is L-theanine, and what L-theanine is in matcha. And I realized, like, when I took matcha, during the day, I would just be so calm but so focused. So the caffeine kept you focused and, like, energetic, but the L-theanine is what kept you really calm, okay? So L-theanine, this is an amino acid that's found in green tea, like I said, in the matcha, but it doesn't keep you up. It does the opposite. So it helps create the same calm brain waves that you get during meditation, so you feel relaxed but like still clear-headed. So this is not going to like knock you out, but this can definitely, just help your mind relax. Last but not least is this tincture, and I think you can get it like in tea form too, but I have the tincture. It's called Wild Dagga, and I got this off of like Etsy, but oh my goodness, This is so good. So wild daga is sometimes called lion's tail, and it's known as the cannabis of Africa, okay, without the THC. Yes, but this is really great because it gives you that relaxed, easy feeling without the high, which can really help your body as it adjusts to life without the herbs. So I don't do this every night. Like, I'll do it sometimes, like if I just am having one of those days that I just got a lot on my mind. But yo, this right here, this wild daga, will do it, okay? It will do it. So these are all my, oh no, I almost forgot. I almost forgot another one. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I didn't even put this on this list, but this is my passion flower. Okay, passion flower is really good. This is another herb that you can also take it in tea form, but passion flower is just really good. Also, just helping you calm your brain, like helping you relax. I take passion flower like every night, so don't judge me. But this whole bottle with 120 coming here, I got is 1 capsule a serving. I just take 1, and literally, like, I don't need any more. I'm not like getting a, you know, what you call it, like I don't need a higher dosage. I just take 1. Sometimes I be so tired I don't take any, but for the most part I usually do take 1 a night. So passion flower is something that I do take on a consistent basis. I usually take it like a couple hours before I want to go to sleep, and it's really chill. Like, I just be chill. I'm not like out of it. It just helps me gradually get into a nice sleep. So yeah, how could I forget that? So what do I take right now? So for the most part, I take passion flower every day. I take magnesium occasionally. I need to take it more. I need to take it every day, but I do take magnesium more often than not. And then I take like the tea sometimes too, like on the weekend. If I just want just like a little extra chill, I'll like mix the teas together, make my little own little like sleep blend. But yes, the herbs, the supplements are here for you because everything that we need has already been created. Everything that we need comes from Mother Earth, comes from Mother Nature. We do not have to rely on pharmaceutical drugs in order to get a good night of sleep. And before we close out, I just really want to reiterate the importance of mindset, because even though it's like a lot of herbs and supplements that you can take to support you get into sleep after quitting cannabis, if your mindset is not in the right place, none of these supplements will work. Because let me tell you, honey, when I kept saying I can't get to sleep or I'm like feeling that anxiety, none of these herbs worked, okay? Nothing. So I literally had to, like, my thoughts were the medicine. My mindset was the medicine. And all of these are just really supporting my nervous system. But I had to get the mindset in order first. So you can't skip that, okay? They both can work in conjunction with each other. So if you found this video helpful, I ask that you subscribe to the channel, because it lets me know that, hey, y'all are out there listening and that you're finding value in this information. If you like this video, please share it with someone who, you know, may be coming off of their, you know, cannabis and coming off, you know, starting their journey to heal, you know, and trying to get better sleep. And, you know, like, this is good information for people who even if they wasn't on cannabis. A lot of people just have issues with sleep, okay? Like, America is sleep deprived, okay? So you could probably pass this along to anyone. They will probably get some benefit from it, because most people have an issue with sleep. This isn't just for those of us who were on cannabis. So once again, I am Coach Nicole Amai, the Real Life Healing Coach. And what I do is I heal in real time, and then I come back and I share with you the things that I've done to see if it can help you, because if it helped me, it may help you too, right? And what I'm doing is building a community of people who are committed to healing, even in the busyness of life. So if you found value, if you want to add to the conversation, if you're like, yeah, this was helpful, or let me give you this tip, put it in the comments. I want this to be an engaging space. I don't want to just be talking to you, talking at you, even though that's okay too, if that's what you want. But I want to know that you're here. And I also want you all to talk to each other, because that is the point of this too. We have to heal together. We cannot heal in isolation. We need each other. So once again, if you found this helpful, subscribe, share, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.